I'm back.
We are coming to you in Zack's room.
Yes.
Zack is back.
I am. Zack is
Hey.
back. Zack
There you go. He's back.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Hi, my name is Ronald.
Yeah,
Change
no,
his
it's Greg.
name. Yep.
He took my name.
Yeah.
Fake name, sound in person.
We were missing Preston and Layton. They had some stuff to do. Zack is back. It is about, what time is it?
I don't know. 10 p.m.?
9:46?
9:50.
9:50. And
PM.
it took us a while to get everything set up. Yeah. Couldn't use the normal room today. Didn't
Or
have
the
a way
normal
in.
camera.
Or the normal camera, but
Camera.
normal camera.
Camera.
Because the camera, we couldn't figure out where. We couldn't figure out how to charge it.
No.
Yeah, so this is the sad part. We went through a whole bunch of little videos, well, singular video that
One clip. 1 2-minute video.
Okay, so yes, that's correct. So Laytwan Tavius a long time ago sent us a clip on how to work the camera, and we got everything working, all the settings right, the right brightness, capture, blah, blah, blah. We went to go charge it, and it wouldn't record while charging.
Yes.
That of all things.
Yeah. So, it took us a while, but we're here.
Big suck.
Zach, how long has it been?
2 months?
At least.
At least,
Around
yeah.
there.
It's been a while. How you been?
Yeah, working.
Yeah.
Hardly working.
How you been? Working.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh.
fun.
So we're leading off with that. All right. Well, Zach,
Why
do you want
not?
to...
It's open.
Yeah. Do you want to give... Well, for now. Do you want to give context to the people?
Yeah, so I was doing...
Don't try this at home, kids.
Don't do this at home. I was doing 103 and a 70. And
On the road.
good old whoop whoop pulled me over and I said, oh, poop.
Police.
Word for word. Nothing else. And so, yeah, he just told me to show up at this court date. Super cool cop. Really nice guy. Really didn't hassle me or try to belittle me, make me feel like lesser of a person.
That is good.
He was just really nice, understanding of my situation. I told him I was late for work, which I was. And, yeah, so I went to court and showed up with all my paperwork, was ready for whatever was going to be thrown at me. And the judge literally looks at my case for 2 seconds and says, we're going to have to revert your court date to a different time because you need proper representation. And he said, I would recommend that you get a lawyer because you could do a couple days in jail. I said, oh, poop. And so, yeah, I'm meeting with a lawyer on Wednesday, and who knows? Maybe after I come out the clink for a couple of days, we can shtick it, you know? Get it on the flippity flip, you know?
Hey, here's on the bright side. If you do go and you come back, you might be just jacked.
Dude,
After 2 days.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
going
you
to
do,
do
Joe.
1,000 sit-ups a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Then Zach
gonna
would
like
come
write on
back-
the wall, tally marks every day. Day one.
So after the second day, I'm like,
Oh,
It's my
wait.
time.
Zach, get out.
It reminds me of that episode of SpongeBob where they throw SpongeBob and Patrick into the jail, and then after 15 seconds, they say, all right, you're free to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sorry, bud.
Hey, you do the crime,
You do
the time.
the slime.
This,
It's a dance you do in jail.
Yeah.
The slime.
It's very similar to Don't Drop the Soap.
Oh.
The
will.
slime.
Try to avoid the showers.
Yes. Well,
Well, if it's for 2 days, you can just not shower for a day.
Is that like disbordinate?
that's just called being dirty.
Right. I'm a dirty man. That sounded wrong. So, don't do drugs.
That has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah,
it's
don't do
just
drugs.
a side.
Yeah.
Do not do them.
Yeah, don't go into space without a spacesuit.
So,
Yeah.
either of you guys been to jail?
Have not. Can't say I have.
Oh.
Not on the inside.
Not on
Goody
the
two-shoes.
inside. You haven't been to jail on the inside?
I mean, I've seen a
Oh,
jail.
at the inside of a jail. Okay.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. No, can't say I have.
Also, have we said we're in Zach's room? Have we said that?
I think I did.
Right,
Yeah,
we did?
Yeah.
in Zach's room. That was like the opening.
The lighting
Okay,
may
I
not
wasn't
be
listening.
If you were paying attention. So.
I'm not.
The lighting may not be perfect, but
Oh well.
it is what it is. We did what we
Suck
could.
it up.
So, yeah. Anything happened in Nashville since the last time we talked?
What hasn't happened in Nashville? So my coworker recently told me. Excuse me.
Bless
He told me.
you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. He told me he was working or an undisclosed location in Nashville, which may or may not exist.
Do you need Leighton to edit that out?
I don't know. Have I said where I've worked before?
I don't know.
You haven't said directly, I don't think, but you've kind of hinted at it.
What time are we at?
It is now 9:53.
No, on
That
the.
won't help.
No, like we're 3 minutes in,
Oh.
basically.
Oh, 3 minutes in.
Roughly 3
Maybe
minutes
don't
in.
look too late. Anyways, so my coworker was working a location when
That
all
will
of a
not be
sudden
disclosed.
He saw a chair being hurled off the top of a building, which later find out to be that was a chair that Morgan Wallen himself chucked off of Eric Church's bar.
Yeah.
And ever since then, Eric Church, on his giant sign, has said, "Leave them Broadway chairs alone." Which, if you're not familiar with Morgan Wallen, may not hit as well for you, but if you do know it, you know.
There's a song him and Lil Durk have called Broadway Girls.
Yes. So leave
That
them.
is really funny. And, you know,
Broadway?
the main street in Nashville is called what?
Broadway.
Broadway.
Yes.
That is very funny.
There.
So
Yeah.
he saw the chair fly
He saw
down.
it. Yeah, he was outside and he was having a smoke break and he saw a chair getting hurled off a building. Hurled?
That is
Thrown?
hilarious.
Sure.
Yeah. Thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
Ruined.
here's the funny thing. I found out, a buddy of mine, after getting off work one night, went to the new bar, Eric Church's bar. It just opened up. It's like brand new. I don't even think they've done their official release. It's been like a soft open. He went to the rooftop. You know what kind of chairs are on the rooftop?
Broadway chairs.
Yes. Metal bar stool chairs.
Oh, God.
It was a
Oh.
metal chair.
He could have killed someone.
He really could have killed someone. So if
That
you
would have
don't-
been manslaughter.
If you don't know the story, Morgan Wallen threw a chair, apparently a metal one, off of a 6-story building, and the chair landed about, I don't know how many feet, but a few feet from 4 Metro police officers.
If he would have killed a cop.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So was he intoxicated or did he just do it?
That's a funny question. No, I'm saying he had to have been.
Maybe.
I mean, he was arrested at 12:50. And he was booked at like 1:40 a.m. So I would imagine, knowing Morgan Wallen, he was probably drunk.
Oh, he was gonna perform that night?
No, he was just there.
Oh. You said booked.
Booked as in like booked
Police
into
booked.
the police.
Oh.
station.
Not studio
okay.
booked, police booked.
I thought he
yeah.
was just gonna perform late night. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that was part of the show. He just throws a chair off every set.
Yeah. Broadway chairs.
Yeah, but besides that, not really. Oh, this is a funny story you guys might enjoy.
Yes.
So I come into work one day. I switched shifts with a buddy of mine, and I'm not going to say where I was working, but the person who owns this bar is fairly famous. And that being said, I normally work a day shift on this day, but I was working a night shift because a buddy of mine wanted to trade shifts. I was like, okay, sure.
What a nice fellow.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And so I go in for this shift. I didn't even read any of my chats before going in. I just walked in for a normal shift, whatever. I was going to do some lighting. And all of a sudden, there's a huge film crew on the entire floor. I'm talking like 50, 60 people.
They
Just
recognized you.
No. But you know who did recognize me was my shift lead.
Okay.
And I'm looking at her and I'm like, what's going on? And she's looking at me not so happy. And so I'm thinking, oh no, I've done something wrong. And then I lock eyes with my boss. I think I can count probably on 2 hands at this point, but it used to be 1 hand, how many times I've physically seen my boss and had a conversation with her. This was like the 5th time. And she looks at me so dead and she was like, you know, we were filming a music video up here and I told you guys to stay downstairs. And I was like, I am so sorry. I picked up this shift and I didn't read my shift notes before coming in. She's like, that's apparent. I was like, oh,
Wow.
that stinks. So yeah, what's his face? Big guy, big name was filming a music video up there. And I could have walked in on a take, but thankfully they were done.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
So which president was it?
Barack Obama.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, he was doing his campaign speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would do that as a music video.
Wait, what?
He would do it.
Barack Obama would make a country music video.
Not country.
Rap?
A little hip hop rap, and I'm the president. You know, what rhymes with president?
Come on, music man.
President, resident.
Woo! Resident.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
I'm just going to take some time to enjoy this real quick.
I am the president, a White House resident. See? Anyway, sorry about that.
So, what about you guys? What's been going on with y'all?
Just a lot of work. Not really much else going on. Just a lot of work. I'm kind of the only person in management there at the moment.
Oh.
So yeah, the other person that's at my position, he recently put in his 2 weeks notice and left. And then the person who was my boss got promoted, and I'm going to be having a new boss coming in soon, but he hasn't gotten there yet.
Oh,
but
so they finally got someone.
for a boss for myself, but they haven't gotten anybody else. So it's been very busy and chaotic. I've been a truck driver the past 3 days, including today.
Oh.
So it's been a fun time.
Well, at least you're actually putting that CDL to use. It would have been kind of pointless if they made you get it and then you couldn't actually use it for your
Oh,
job.
trust me, I've been using it.
You work today?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know
Golly.
that.
Yeah,
What
no,
time?
I started at 3:30 a.m. I think is when I started.
That's when I get off work. We are literally, have you ever thought about this? We're on the exact opposite
Oh
schedule.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
It's a miracle you're looking at each other right now.
I know.
I know. But I'm off tomorrow. I was able to take a nap in between. We had some sushi earlier. Nice.
Yes,
So you know,
very nice.
I'm happy. I'm all good to go. Wearing clothes. Everything's good.
We're going to get plastered later.
Yes.
Like the wall
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
shirt.
Well, I'm trying to think of what I've been, up to. Other than my normal, I wake up. I get coffee.
You
Get
to
in my
work.
car.
Go to
Go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You watched any good 1970s Spanish soap operas
I do
lately?
have- I finished Friends, the show Friends.
Oh, did the
yeah.
last episode make you cry? Made me cry.
It was a good, it was heartfelt.
Yeah.
It was, do you care if I spoil it?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Did you?
No, just don't. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I thought Rachel was leaving to go to Paris, and
Yeah.
she didn't,
Mhm.
and that was nice. She fell in love with Ross again.
Yeah.
Hope Press is not listening to this because he's watching it right now.
Presley, shut your eyes and ears.
Shut your eyes.
So were they on a break? See, that's the biggest controversial.
Throughout the whole show, it's pretty
Yeah.
great.
What do you think?
They were on a break for like an hour, so
It was a night.
on a night, Ross is in the wrong. You don't
No.
do that. You don't do that.
No. I totally disagree.
That's messed up.
I do not care if this is spoiled at all, but as someone who has not watched Friends, what is the context with this? For those of you not watching, Zack and Shmev both put up their finger and started making like a thing with their face like they were about to talk, and they both just stared at each other like, wait, who's going to go first?
You go first.
So Ross and Rachel, they fell in love. They started dating or whatnot.
Okay.
They did it for a while, and they got into this big argument. And Rachel said, "I think we need to take a break." And so Ross was already planning to go out with Chandler and Joey to I guess it was like some bar or something, right?
Yeah, it was like some nightclub that
Yeah.
they were planning on going out to prior to that event happening.
Yeah, so he was just gonna hang out with the guys. Well, he was there, and then he started getting a little drunk, and he met this woman there, and they ended up having relations with each other
Okay.
physically. And he told Rachel, and she was all mad and stuff.
Understandably.
And he's like, "We were on a break," and then they get in a huge fight about, and he starts screaming, "Hey, we were on a break," and that is throughout
the entire
the entire show. Every now and then they'll slip it in about
Yeah.
their break.
like he did with that one woman, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were broken up. Now we can go into whether physical relations during any time, non-marital,
Yeah.
of course,
When a man
is
loves a
right or
woman.
wrong, right? So we can
When a
we can
bird
have,
meets a bee.
we can have that debate. But if we're talking just in a purely secular sense, they were broken up.
What? Sexual.
Secular. Do you know what that means, Shmevy? Oh, okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
You're 12. So,
13.
in a purely secular sense, they were broken up. You can call it a break, you can call it whatever, but they were broken up. She has no right to get mad at him.
I disagree.
If she's gonna break it off and say that, you know what, we need to take a break, which is really just a weird way to say breaking up, then okay, fine. I hate that, but we're no longer together now. You obviously decided that for us, so it's not wrong.
Go ahead.
Okay. I understand what you're both saying, but I still think that he was in the wrong because I do agree with you, Zach, that saying that, oh, we need to take a break, that basically is a way of saying that we're breaking up.
Yep.
You're just kind of, it's just a weird version of breaking up to where you
Yep.
want to like leave the door open almost. Like you want to
Yeah.
come back, like you want to come in for another job interview like a few months down the line, but you know, you're quitting your job for now.
It's like saying, you know what, I did want you, but I don't really want you like right now, so we're just gonna stop for a little bit.
I agree with that.
I hate that.
I will say, I do think that it is very, at least if this happened in real life, obviously I know it's a comedy show, but if this happened in real life, I think it is very insensitive for someone to, like, even if you break up that day, to immediately that night or that following day, whatever it was, immediately have the number 6 with another person.
Yes.
I think that I think that is very. I think that's very insensitive and irresponsible behavior, and that's kind of like a slap to the other person, to where, oh, I really didn't care about you that much. I'm just gonna use this to just forget about you, and I'm immediately moving on. Just it's very. I would say that that's very wrong, and if I were her, I'd be very hurt by that.
I agree.
I think because he was the one that was broken up with, that she's already shown a disregard and lack of care for his feelings in the first place by breaking up in such a way that she is not allowed to be mad at him for how he reacts after that. Because if he does care for her in the relationship, so much so, and even if he does make a terrible mistake, then it's obvious to me that it's not her fault. Or not his fault, sorry.
I mean, but then you could say if he really cares for her that much, then he wouldn't go sleeping around with someone the very next night if he truly does care for her.
Oh, I see your argument, but that's not conducive to what we're talking about right now.
Wait, what are we talking about right now then?
What we're talking about right now is whether or not it was right for Ross to actually
And it was wrong.
sleep with someone else.
And it was wrong.
It, objectively, yes, is wrong, but I'm talking about in the context of the secular relationship that they had.
Which still makes it wrong.
No.
Okay, I don't have all
totally
the context of this comedy show that I've never watched.
It's very important.
But
Shmev, thoughts?
no, Shmev is just, if you are not watching
Love
right now,
it.
Shmev is just like watching a ping pong match. His head is just turning back and forth at each end
I like
of the
this.
table.
It's entertaining. Great points. Great
But
conversation.
Just, my thought about it is it's like a quasi breakup, and again, it's a quasi breakup, and you still shouldn't do that. I think that she definitely has a right to be mad. It's not something to where it was a definitive breakup. It was a
so-
breakup, but it was a quasi breakup.
Oh, so then we're trying to define the terms of what the breakup actually was.
They were on a break.
That's the whole thing, is the break thing, right? It's whether or not it was actually broken up or not. It's a half thing. See, that's the thing. Regardless of the words used, if you're saying that I don't want to be with you right now or we need to take a break, that's breaking up, period. Okay? You have no rights to that person's moral values and having a say in what they actually do at that point. Yes.
Can I, and I don't mean to get too real with this, but can I ask you something?
Oh, God.
If you and your girlfriend broke up and you said to her, listen, we just need to be in a break or whatever, and then the very next night you figured out that she slept with someone and then told you about it, would you be upset?
Yes, because it's a different situation.
Is it though?
Because we're not in a secular relationship. We hold ourselves to a higher moral standard.
But you just said before that secularly speaking, that was like your whole premise about this. Now, but we're not secular. But
Yeah,
because
me
you
and
were
her
saying,
but Ross and Rachel didn't have a relationship
take
founded
this,
on
take
Christ.
take that out of it, because you don't even have to be secular to believe or you don't have to be like religious or whatever to think that this is wrong. You can very much be secular and atheist and believe that this is very wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
so
okay.
what would you be upset? Would you be hurt? Because if the answer is yes, and I feel like the answer would be yes, then you're contradicting yourself, because then you're saying, oh, she doesn't have a right to be upset about it.
I think you have found a moral loophole in my argument. And yes, you are correct. May I suggest we go back to the start here, just for a quick moment, because this is very important to me. I've watched this show. I've watched this show all the way through, probably about 70-ish times.
Wow. But you know what? Commitment.
Yes.
Unlike him.
Okay.
And her.
If Rachel, no matter what has happened,
Wait.
70?
yes. And that's not an over exaggeration. Dude, my parents have watched the show with me, like just having it on in the house, just watching it all the time since I was born. So yes, I've seen the whole show through probably around 70 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can probably quote every episode.
Every single one.
Season 3, episode 4. He's not a real fan.
Oh, shut up. All right.
Anyways, welcome back to the presidential debate.
Oh, God. I really
Mr.
wanted to
Hood.
finish my point.
Well, we're back.
I know
Go
we're just debating about something. What makes it super funny that this is coming from a place to where you watched the show 70
no idea
times
what
and I
you're
have
talking
zero
about.
context whatsoever. I'm going off of such a and this proves, but again, if we're taking this into a very literal stance, don't make arguments about something that you have no context over or know nothing about. But this is a comedy show and I am here to just make Zack upset.
But also, on the other side of things, you're doing really well, which is making me mad. So...
Let's hear your point.
Okay, this is my last thing, and if you can say, whatever you feel like you need to oppose on this, and that's fine, I'll understand. I'm gonna smack you, Schmeth. All right. Anyways, so
Good table.
if no matter what Ross ended up doing, if Rachel felt the need to break off the relationship in the way that she did, which was saying we need a break, which is already a slap in the face, because what she's saying is, I want to put you on a hook, and I want to keep you around while not being in a relationship with you because I don't want to be with you right now, right? That's already hurtful enough towards Ross, somebody that she's committed to, basically saying, I want to break up, but stick around and hopefully I'll come back. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Are we on the same...
I know.
Same wavelength?
I want you to finish your sentence before I immediately start getting to a counter. So you continue.
Okay, if she's ending the relationship that they had based off of, going on a break, and she's not caring enough about his feelings and saying, hey, I'm not going to back you as a person anymore, regardless of the amount of time that takes for me to come back. So stick around. Then Ross is in a place where he goes, okay, this person doesn't want to be with me. We're on a break, air quotes. I am no longer tied down to this person, though I personally, taking myself out of the show, believe that it's wrong to sleep with anyone out of vengeance or spite or trying to get your mind off of whatever, basically outside of marriage. I think that Rachel, doesn't have a right to be upset at him for that because of what she did for them to be in that situation in the first place. I'm not saying what he did is right. I'm saying she can't be mad at him.
All right, and that is fair. I see what you're saying. That's fair. That's a good argument, as Shmup would say. My thing would be, and again, I don't have the context for it, but my first thought when you said that, and she put him in this predicament or whatever, if it sounded like he went along with her, like, we're just on a break thing. That's my understanding, is that it sounded like, okay, fine, we are on a break. We'll come back to this as a later day. If you wanted to go sleep around with someone, why didn't you just say, no, I'm not doing the break thing, we're done?
No, he never wanted to do the break thing. He didn't say we're done. He just begged her not to do that. He wasn't in agreement that they both needed a break. She wanted the break, and he gave her space, which was saying, okay, fine. You feel like we need to break up, then we're going to break up.
So
tried
then
and
he
it-
did sleep with someone out of revenge.
I suppose he did, but that's not the argument. We're saying is whether or not for Rachel it is right to be mad at him for sleeping with someone else when she's the one who broke up with him. That's been the whole argument this whole time.
Yes, but you just said that it was for revenge and that it was on a break. Because, see, look, also, I think that's another thing, is that in her mind, I'm not saying whether it's justified or not for this. In her mind, do you think that they actually broke up? Or in her mind, do you think that it was legitimately, give me space and we'll come back to this in a couple weeks or something?
She was so emotionally distraught that she just didn't know what she wanted and she needed to be away from him, which left to anyone's interpretation would be, I think, considered a breakup.
That's not what I asked.
That's a good point.
He's not letting me get around this. She was under the impression that it was a break. He was under the impression it was a breakup.
So then you could say that maybe, and maybe this is me just being too much of a people pleaser, maybe you could say that then they were both in the wrong some.
I can come to terms with that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very good job, Evan. Very good job.
We've made an agreement, and
All
I
right.
just got Zach to apparently agree to something on a show that I've never once seen an episode of.
Can we have Leighton cut out one more thing?
Yes.
Sorry, I had a rage-induced coma. We're back.
That was scary.
Just some technical difficulties.
I broke the camera. Sorry, Leighton.
Yeah, no. So Shmev, what are your thoughts on all of this?
I want to preface, me and Evan took debate together, so that's probably why.
Did you really?
Yeah.
In our homeschool class, we technically did, actually.
Yeah, we had a whole debate class for like a semester, didn't we?
Yeah, for a semester.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, which I hated doing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I like having informal debates like the ones that we just had. I hate formal debates to where you have to like sit there and you're there for like you have to give everything like 60 seconds and you have judges and they're like all that. I hate
Rebuttals.
formal debates are awful. They're stupid, but informal ones are actually kind of interesting. Anyway, sorry.
God.
Shmev, what are your thoughts on all of this?
Okay. I don't know.
We broke Shmev, Zach.
Yeah.
Okay, let me dumb it down for myself. They were together. She said she wanted a break. He took it as break up. Slight miscommunication, I guess. He goes, meets this woman. They, did their thing. She's mad. He's like, we were on a break. Technically, they were broken up. He can do what he wants. He's a grown man. He has freedom. This is where I'll disagree with Zach. She can be mad. I think saying she cannot be mad, you can't really, control how you're going to react to things most of the time. She can be mad. She can't tell him what he did wrong.
She can't lecture him, but she
can be
allowed
mad.
to be, but she's allowed to feel how she's feeling, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
She can't tell him off or anything, but she's allowed to be upset.
I can
Yeah.
get on board with that. Yeah, sure.
She just she has no right to tell him you did this and you were completely wrong for it, because technically, sure, they were broken up.
Yep.
Now, do I think he did the right thing? Definitely not. That's not how you go about things.
So I guess you could also say they were on a break.
They were on a break.
Yeah.
But Ross, come on, dude. You're better than that.
Yeah.
From the very little I've heard, is he?
Yes. He's a
He
nice
is?
guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
He made a
believe you.
mistake.
You're like, yes. Zach's like, yeah.
He's a nice guy.
I love and hate all those characters equally, except for Chandler. He's the best. He's my favorite.
I love Chandler.
He's the best.
Shout out to Chandler. Right?
Yeah. R.I.P.
Go.
That actually is sad. My mom read his book. She said it was really good.
Oh, really?
He apparently, throughout all of his addiction and his career and stuff, he ended up becoming a believer and wrote a book on, like, his story and ended up opening up some sort of rehab facility to help others who also had the same issues he did. So
That's very cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
I
Good for him.
Seemed like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that obviously it was a battle that he fought till the very end, but
Yeah.
hope that maybe he was at least able to help others through it, because it very much is a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on a slightly happier note, but still very random, but also still connected.
R.I.P. OJ.
Or we can talk about that instead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, OJ is dead.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to talk about that?
No.
No.
Bye-bye, OJ.
I was just going to say, did you know that Matthew Perry actually played a character in the video game Fallout 3?
What?
Yeah, he was actually, I forget which character he played, but he played a character in Fallout 3.
That's wild. I have to play that now.
Yeah, no, isn't it weird how you get like the random celebrities that just like appear in games? Like, and how this one you can say is either aged very well or very poorly. How, what's his name? Was the main villain in the Advanced Warfare campaign? Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
funny. I didn't even know that. I played that game.
yeah, that was a very good campaign actually. But yeah, you can say it either aged very well or very poorly, depending on your view of it, how Kevin Spacey is the main bad guy.
I feel like for like video games and people and stuff, if you notice that Henry Cavill, you know who Henry Cavill is.
Superman.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of things that I feel like he himself as a person enjoys, but he's always gotten screwed over by every studio that he works for. Yeah. DC, he did The Witcher and they screwed him over.
Must be a sign.
There was another show that I feel like he got screwed over on, but anyways, now he's about to do Warhammer 40,000, which good luck to him. I don't know how he's going to do that, but
I don't even know what that is.
It's an extremely nerdy video game that has so much lore. A buddy of mine is a Warhammer 40,000 fan, and he was showing me the timeline for that video game. Oh my gosh, you can't even like physically see it on a graph. It's so big.
Oh wow. Is that like a single player game or like a MMO?
I think it started out as like a what do you call it? Like a Dungeons and Dragons type game.
Oh, one of those type games.
And
Okay. Yeah, the lore
then-
on those games can get insane.
And then on top of that, it was a video game, or maybe it was a video game, then it turned into a board game, and I don't know. But it's huge. It's huge. So they're doing a show on it. I don't know how, where, when. Good luck.
Wow.
Yeah, it seems like a tough task. But if anyone can do it, it's Superman.
That
Yeah.
That is true. What do you know about Sketch?
Not much, brother.
No, there you go. We talked about him a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
He's blown up.
Oh no,
Yeah.
is he okay?
No.
But yeah, I was telling them I was watching him when he had like 12,000 viewers. I just watched him a little bit, and then one day it's like he's just blowing up, and I'm like, I watched him when he was small.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Did you
Now
watch
he's-
him because he does Madden
Yeah.
and whatnot? Yeah. I
So he
thought
just came on my TikTok page one time. I was like, oh, it's pretty entertaining doing all the Tuesday and doing all the. And I'm like, this is different. I watched him every once in a while, and then out of nowhere he's on like Jinxie's podcast doing the since birth and all that.
So, like, when was the day when you realized, like, shoo, I got motion, twin?
Since birth. Make a clip out of that.
Yeah.
We blow up.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
How do
yeah
you
rip
think-
OJ.
How do you think Sketch thinks about the OJ trials?
Oh.
Twilth. What does Sketch think about the OJ trial?
I don't know. What do you think, Mike Tyson?
He'd probably say something like,
Oh no, brother.
I don't know.
He's gone down in flames.
Does 1 + 1 equal? Does 1 + 1 equal 2? That's what I thought. Is that obvious, brother? Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You ever
If
thought
the
about-
glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah.
You ever thought about the fact that Mike Tyson can beat up virtually anyone on Earth, debatably?
Except Jake Paul.
Dims is fighting words. We'll see. How he can virtually beat up anyone on Earth, but no matter what, no matter how angry he gets or how many people he beats up, he will never be able to say his own name correctly.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I'm a strong man. I'm gonna hit you.
and then it sounds like a semi truck hitting
Yeah.
pavement.
Yeah.
Also, I really like the skits to where they have, I forget who it is, but there's someone they are asking random people like, oh, do you think like Mike Tyson's the best fighter in the world or whatever? Or they ask something like that, like, oh, do you think someone else can beat up Mike Tyson, or like who's the best athlete is or something like that?
Yeah.
But it's asked directly about Mike Tyson. Most all of them are like, no, he's not that great. Whatever, he's old, he's washed up, whatever else. Like, nah, this person's better, blah, blah, blah. But then Mike Tyson comes from behind them and he's right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
But the best part is that there was one girl that they asked her, and she was like, I don't know, is he here? And then she turned around and saw him. Then she's like, yes, Mike Tyson's the best ever. It was really funny.
That was so good.
Have you seen the video of him? Oh, what's the dude's name? He's from another country. The small guy.
Oh, Putin.
No. What is his name?
Hasbulla?
Hasbulla.
Yeah.
Have you seen the clip with him and Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah, it's great. He thinks he's a little kid.
Mike Tyson, you know who Hasbulla is?
No.
Hezbollah?
It sounds like you're saying Hezbollah, and I was about to get very concerned.
That could be how you say it. I don't know.
Well, Hezbollah is, but we won't get into that, but they are not that.
What would you even like? What does he do?
So Hezbollah is
What do you know? What he has? What?
he has some sort of disease where he hasn't been able to grow up like a normal person, but he doesn't have dwarfism.
Like
It's
he's
different.
smart. He's really
Like,
smart, but he's just
He's a toddler. So he's
Yeah.
literally the
But
size of a
he's
toddler.
not a dwarf. He doesn't have dwarfism.
he's
doesn't
like
have
20 years
dwarfism.
old.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like 20. And, when he talks, it sounds like a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
But he has cohesive thoughts, and he's like a normal person, right?
Okay.
Ish.
Yeah,
He's
Wow.
kind of crazy.
he's kind of crazy.
Oh, okay. I see.
He's got some fame from it. But all that being said, him and Mike Tyson ended up in the same room somehow. I think it was a
Yeah.
podcast.
I
or
think
something.
so.
And
Yeah.
Mike Tyson had just finished up. Mike Tyson thought he was a toddler.
he was a baby.
Picks him up and he goes, "Look at the look."
He starts like, what is it called when he? You know?
Yeah, he blows a raspberry. He's like 20 years old. He's like, "What do I do? I'm tiny. This is Mike freaking Tyson."
That
But
video
I'm not a
is-
toddler. He
That's
starts laughing.
one of my favorite videos I've ever seen on social media. I watch it every time.
It's like a Family Guy
Like,
clip.
I want you to imagine if he wasn't that small and he was like your size and he's picking you up.
It's Mike freaking Tyson.
Yeah.
It's not like he can be bad.
Mike Tyson.
Oh god.
We've got to show you this video. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Wow.
It's great. No, it's real.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Well, that guy has a story to tell for years.
I was almost killed by a lion. Wait, was that Tyson or Hezbollah? You decide.
Baby.
Yeah. I don't think Mike Tyson's all there.
baby.
Oh, man. No, have you seen some of Mike Tyson's more serious interviews in his podcast?
No.
He's actually, it seems like he's really harnessed a lot of that rage and done some good with it. Because anytime I've heard him talk in a podcast, like there was one video I saw of him crying. He was talking about like how his belts mean nothing, his title defenses mean nothing, and just that whole world. It's like you're made and bred to believe that you are a warrior and a fighter, and you do everything you can to be the best in the world. But at the end of the day, that's not what matters. And I am old and I'm brittle and I can't do what I used to do, and I feel like I'm locked in a cage, and I will feel like that for the rest of my life.
That is
Yeah.
sad.
I was
Man,
like,
that's
wow.
That's words of a very wise, experienced fighter.
Yeah.
That just
And that kind of sounds
sad.
like Muhammad Ali, like in his later years. Because even though Muhammad Ali is known for being like basically the cockiest, most arrogant person that the world has ever seen, in his later years he like completely flipped a switch when
Yeah.
he wasn't feeling so hot.
He could hardly talk, right?
Yeah, he got like
he had
his
a disease, didn't
he was doing really, really bad towards the end. That's where I think, I mean, even though he had a lot of fans throughout his whole career, I think that is when he went from a lot of people hated him, but also a lot of people loved him, to most everybody loved him. Was in his later years, he's like, I kind of regret a lot of the things that I did.
he? Wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I've
know
always
about
thought that with like athletes in general.
Well, especially fighters. Sorry,
Oh yeah.
sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
No. It took me a second to hear what you're saying, but Yeah, because they train like their whole lives to be in the pros, and then take like running backs in the NFL, for instance.
Oof.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They can only most of the time they play max 10 years because they're getting
Yeah.
hit so much.
Yeah.
So you spend 20 years of your life building up to this, and you only spend half of that doing what you love, and then the rest of your life it's like, what do I do now? Because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
unless you
sad.
go into being like a commentator or something, like ESPN
Yeah, but-
hires you, but that's going to be like
even then-
0.1%
Right.
of the people that
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, and I know you got a lot of hate for the guy, but I don't blame Tom Brady for wanting to play, especially for as long
Oh,
as
yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't. I mean, that's all he knows.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a quarterback, so he can last.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, but that's all he knows. Like, I get it. Like,
Especially now that Aaron Donaldson's gone.
Yeah, Aaron Donald's gone.
Or is
You
it
know who Aaron
Donalds?
Donald is? Donald.
no.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I
He
bet
played
on
for
him.
the Rams, future Hall of Famer, but he retired early.
Oh, no, I've never heard the name before, actually.
Wow. You don't keep up with football as much as you used to.
No, I
But-
don't. It's been about like 15 years.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe not that long, but like 10 years.
Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, it is sad. I've never... Wow. Yeah, that's kind of a hard-hitting quote from Mike Tyson. That's pretty...
Yeah.
That
that's
really
pretty
is.
sad.
I'll have to show y'all the interview. He seems like a very wise person now.
That might go into, like... unfortunately, a lot of times, once athletes are out of the league, like, there's a lot of, like, mental health decline and
Yeah.
drug use and whatever else. I mean, that might...
A lot of them lose their fortunes.
Yeah.
I know,
that-
especially in like the NBA.
That might play into it some.
Yeah.
On top of that, like especially NFL, you get all the concussions and stuff, and there's people with what do you call it? It's like when you get hit in the head too many times, and you just start to kind of lose
Brain
it.
damage?
I mean, yeah, but there's a specific word for it. CTE is what
Oh.
it's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Players are getting that now. Antonio Brown. You know who Antonio Brown is?
Oh, yeah,
You
wide
heard of that?
receiver.
for
yeah.
sure. You played for
Yeah.
Tennessee.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He
Played
did.
for Central Michigan.
For a short amount of time, he did. Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Julio
He never
Jones?
played for the.
Julio Jones.
That's
is
who
your
I'm
thing.
Yeah.
thinking of. not
Antonio Brown
Antonio
played
Brown.
for the Steelers. Man.
Yeah,
My
the
bad. Yeah,
Steelers
he-
mainly. Although he did play for a couple other teams.
Yeah, Buccaneers and
I remember Antonio Brown now. He's messed up.
yeah.
Yeah, he kind of is.
It hasn't been like proven he has CTE, but he is off the chain of how crazy he is, like wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of sad when athletes decline like that. But
Yeah, I feel for the guy.
yeah. Anyways, think we're gonna end it right there, Zach.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
It
Yeah,
is good
thanks,
to have
man.
you back, man.
Yeah.
I've missed you on here.
I missed you guys.
Who won the debate?
I think it was a tie.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, with saying that. I'll take a tie with someone who, again, has never seen a full episode.
I know
start to
who
finish. Not Rachel.
Oh, OJ Simpson. Finally set free, brother.
No,
Finally said free, brother.
brother. We're gonna end it right there. We'll be back next episode where it's just us three again in the same room.
Yeah.
Um,
Leighton, sorry for all the editing that you
Leighton,
did this episode.
sorry.
So sorry.
that's a lot of editing.
It's a lot of pent up energy.
Yeah. Maybe in the next episode you'll have that poster right there behind us.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you for joining us for a session of awkwardness.
Thank
They
you,
were
brother.
on a break. They were on a break.